Traci Reed here today, coming at you with a TRD Scraplift Saturday layout. We are scraplifting this beautiful lady, Leah, a digital artist on my team, and this is the layout that I have chosen to scraplift. I have started with I'm using the 2020 freebie Have a Nice Day, which is still available in the store, just no longer for free. It's $5 now. But I've forgotten how much I loved this collection, like the color palette in this collection, until I pulled it back out. So it is this gorgeous palette here that I have pulled Catherine Pooler inks from, and you can see that there's a lot going on in the layout that I'm going to scrap lift. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to incorporate these, but I'm just feeling the urge here. So I might do some like splatters. I might end up doing splatters just here and there. I'm not sure. I really want to use these inks, but I also have a ton of color going on with the paper strips that I have chosen for this collection. So you can see it's going to be a gorgeous rainbow of color. So we will see. We're going to see how this goes. I'm also going to incorporate in some color cast designs, wood veneer, and maybe this, oh yeah, I'm not sure yet. It matches perfectly and the sentiment works, but we're going to see how it fits. So I'm going to be changing up the layout just a bit. I'm going to put my photo on this side, my journaling on this side. Of course, I'm going to be cutting my layout down the center, so nothing important can really go there. And on Leah's layout, there is the journaling like right here, dead center, and so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be separating them. But that is where I am starting, so let's go. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is put this layout together, and so I need a piece of cardstock to go behind this heart to stabilize everything and, you know, to be able to glue down the paper strips in the background. So I have these paper strips already printed out. I just did all of this work on my computer before I printed because I had to reprint the whole Have a Nice Day collection, or at least what I was going to use of it. So I decided to print just what I needed rather than print the whole collection again. That is always an option when you are working with digital files. It makes it a lot more cost effective, plus you don't have storage, etc. I like having the full collection when it's new so that I can play around with it and use it, and also because I need to do my unboxings and all of that. But my older collections, the ones that I've already used exhaustively, if I end up wanting to use them again and I don't have enough printed out, I like just printing what I need. So I am adding these paper strips just like the original layout, and I know that that stripy one on top of the plaid feels wild, but you can see I'm covering up the majority of it with this pink strip. And also the way that this layout ends up, it's like the least wild thing about it, so it's gonna actually match and look really perfect with the rest of the layout. So what I'm doing, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to create a stripe of, or a rainbow of stripes in the center heart. So the original layout has a bunch of paper strips on top of the heart. They kind of like form the heart shape, but the easier way for me to do that in paper rather than in digital was to cut out the heart from the background paper that I wanted to use and then layer the paper strips underneath it. So you still get that heart cutout effect without having to actually cut your papers with the curve of the heart shape. It's just an easier hack if you're doing this in paper rather than in digital. In digital, everything like that is easier. It just is to cut your papers out in a heart shape, make everything perfect. It's just easier. So I chose to go the easy way for paper, and I actually really like the effect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in rainbow order and make sure that they are spaced at least close to perfectly spaced down the page. So what I did was I started at the top and the bottom, and then I worked my way through the center. That way I can make sure that everything was sort of lined up. And you can see that that was not quite right. So I'm pulling up just a little bit, moving things down. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to be covering up a lot of it with the rest of the design, but I want it to be pretty close to perfect because I'm anal retentive that way. So you can see perfect heart shape. I'm going to pop all this up on pop dots to give it some depth. Now, I should have thought about this in advance. I am going to cut my layout down the center because it is a life crafted layout. So those 2 dots that are right in the center of the heart, that was dumb. So when I go to cut my page, it's a pain in the butt. When I go to hole punch my page, it's a pain in the butt. But we survived it, and I had to rework it just slightly. But I cut all that out so you don't have to watch me struggle. Oh, I actually love, love, love the color palette on this. Oh, it makes me so happy. This page is just flippin' stunning. Now, I know in the beginning I said that I wanted to use inks. The only way that I feel like I could have effectively used ink on this page was because there's so much pattern. It was to sort of watercolor that white paper in the background in rainbow stripes to match. But I decided against that because I wanted those white stripes in between the colored papers. I really felt like it was an effective design, and it's like says a lot without, like, all that white space has a lot of impact, and I felt like if I had taken that away, it would have been less impactful of a design. So I didn't. I'm going to cut off the white border that I have printed on this photo because it is slightly larger than I expected it to be. So you couldn't see the green around the edges, which I really wanted. So I just trimmed the white edges off. So now they're green edges instead. I'm going to have to pop some of this up on pop dots, of course, in the corner. Decided I wanted to use a tag. It's the same print as the background, but because it's like separated, it's okay. It doesn't look like too crazy, too repetitive, and I like the white space that it added to the composition. So I added a pop dot to make sure that that's stuck up the way it needed to. And I'm going to incorporate this color cast stuff into my page too. So that green, oh yeah, it was actually perfect. So I'm going to cut everything apart, cut out all that struggle. But that green, oh yeah, was perfect for this page because, especially because the way that this page is coming together, a lot of the green is getting covered up. And so there's just not a lot of green going on. So that green that I'm going to use with that oh yeah is going to bring some green back into the page and up as well, because I'm going to put it above my journal block. I finally got to use these Admit One movie tickets. They worked perfectly on this page. Hallelujah. I tried so hard to work them into the last page I was using this veneer on, but I finally got it to work. So you can see that oh yeah up there in the top corner is perfect. All right. Yay. Okay, I love that. So now I'm going to stick these down, and then I'm going to work in some of the stickers from the sticker kit that I printed. And I actually I do use a bit of it, but a lot less than I thought I was going to, because this page is wild with color. I really wanted the color to sort of speak for itself and be the main element on this page. So I end up using a lot less embellishment than I thought I was going to. I'm going to stick one of these tags underneath the page, underneath the photo, and one on top of the photo. That way it frames it a little bit more, and it also covers up some of that empty space in the photo. Make sure that I get another sticky dot. Those sticky dots from scrapbook.com, man, they are hard to peel the backing off of. You don't even know how many, like, millions of minutes of video I cut out of this video of me just trying to unpeel those sticky dots. They are tough. I'm going to use this little things down here on the bottom, and then I find this little life is good, so we're bringing in some more of this green down here. And then I'm going to use this pink tag too, just for a little extra layer. These are a little bit small, so they don't take up too much visual space on the page. I didn't feel like I needed too many more words, so what I'm going to put on here besides the words, after I get these words down, are the hearts. So I'm going to pop them around the page. I think I end up using just the solid hearts from the digital embellishments in this collection, because adding any more pattern to this was just not a good idea. Here we go with these dots again. cutting this one in half so I can just stick it right underneath the edge of the heart instead of underneath the whole heart. You can see me struggle, man. The struggle is real. And then I'm going to add another one. I want to add this pink. So you can see me contemplating the patterned hearts, but I end up just going with the solid hearts. Green. Bring in just a touch more green. And then I'm going to do one more up above the oh yeah. I thought about the patterned one because that one was kind of a nice subtle pattern, but no. Oh yes, and I am going to incorporate this film reel too. Just going to add it to the bottom of this cluster so that it gives it a little bit of a circle so that it doesn't look like such a straight line over there with the two paper strips on the outside edges. Yeah, I like that. Plus it gives you one more pop of that wood veneer so everything matches and you got 3 points of contact for your visual triangle. Last but not least, we're going to stick this heart up here above the oh yeah once I can get the flippin' flappin', oh, I've added 2. Once I can get the flippin' flappin' enamel, no, not enamel dot, sticky dot off the back. There we go. Then I decided that I wanted to mess this up a little bit. It's adorable and I love it, but we're going to mess it up because my kid is wild and I just felt like it was appropriate. So I used some of the green ink that I pulled out earlier to add some splishy splashy dots to this page. I'm using just some scratch paper to cover up my photo or anything else I don't want to get splattered. Just adding some messy dots. Super cute. I did actually take a picture of this page like it was done before I did this in case it came out terrible, but it came out cute, so I kept it. Last thing I'm going to do is add in some Kelly green string to this tag and call it good. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There's a link in the description box to the blog post for this page with examples of other scrap lifts of Leah, and I will see you next time. All right, thank you.